Okay, we're constantly asked about the performance of Zenith aircraft, be it stall or cross-country. Well, this video will be about cross-country work and the efficiency of the Viking 130 engine in the CruZer airplane. Let's take a look. What we're seeing here is Dave Telema flying in Houston, Texas, and it's a little snippet on FlightAware of his twice he did a GPS course of northeast, southwest. Now let's get into the details of the numbers. Here's a table that shows the various engines available that you can put in a Zenith CruZer. The fifth line down is the one we're going to focus on right now. That's Dave Telema flying at 7,500 feet, and he's getting 33.6 miles to the gallon. He's only using 2.8 gallons an hour, and he's doing 95 miles an hour. Now let's look at some videos that are very, very close to these numbers. The first leg is east. We're heading east, and we have a true airspeed in the upper left of 93 miles an hour. Down below, we're seeing 3.9, 2.9 to 3.0, so gallons per hour. We have the important number here of ground speed is 89 miles an hour, so we're going to take that down and use that to average once we get into the next video clip. Alright, next video. He's now turned to the north, still at 4,500 feet of altitude. We got, again, true airspeed of 95. That should stay the same. And a ground speed now, we're going to record at 104 to 105 miles. Looks like 104 miles an hour. 3.1 gallon an hour. 3.0, 3.1. Right, heading westbound. And true airspeed down a little bit, but we're also climbing a little bit. But pretty close. 93 miles an hour on the true. 99 on the ground speeds. We're going to average that in with the other ones. 3 gallons an hour. And we're now heading south, the fourth quarter. Looks like the ground speed is 83. 2.9 to 3.0 on the fuel flow. 94 miles an hour true airspeed. All right, let's average this out and see where we're at. All right, as we averaged this out, we came out to 93 miles an hour and 31 miles to the gallon, or 3.0 gallons an hour, which, looking at the table on the fifth one down, we're doing just a little bit worse than the table. But then again, we were at 7,500 feet instead of 4,500 feet, so that makes up the difference. The table did 95 miles an hour and 2.8 gallons and 33.6 miles to the gallon. So both numbers very impressive. So what else do we have in this table? Let's take a look kind of line by line here. The top line, of course, is the maximum effort of that airplane. So at 6.4 gallons an hour, which is still not very much, the true airspeed is 141 miles an hour. And the efficiency is 28.8 miles to the gallon. So very, very good efficiency. And that was actually down at 2,500 feet. So excellent there. Let's take a look down and see what else we got. Now, what else do we have that's interesting? Like looking halfway down the table, we have the factory-powered airplane at Zenith of the UL350I engine. And they're using 5.1 gallon to do 115 miles an hour, and their efficiency is at 22.5 miles to the gallon, and they're doing that at 3,500 feet. So that's a very similar airplane. Also has wheel pants, factory test pilot, and all that. So the Viking is clearly outperforming that one. Now let's take a look further down and see if there's anything else. Now, obviously, at the bottom, that's an interesting number because it's the Rotax engine, which is so popular in light sport aircraft. But for the larger airplane, home-built planes like a CruZer, as you can see, the efficiency, that's all the way at the bottom of the table, the speed is very, very low, and the efficiency is actually pretty good, but there's just not enough horsepower in that engine to make it a good cross-country airplane if you want to get up into the 120s and 130s. That's what we're seeing from this recording anyhow.